Hello everyone. All I have to say to start off this video is what the fuck? Because when this headline came across my screen, I knew I was gonna want to tell you all about it. On January 14th of 2021, a 12-year-old girl would arrive at Hillcrest Hospital in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And this 12-year-old girl was 9 months pregnant and about to give birth. And alongside of her was this man, 24-year-old Juan Miranda-Jara, who proudly announced that he was the father of the child and the 12-year-old girl was his girlfriend. You heard me right. This 24-year-old man waltzed into a hospital with a 12-year-old and announced that his girlfriend was 12 years old and pregnant with his child. And he didn't think anything was wrong with that. What in the backwards fucking villa was this? Obviously finding the situation highly inappropriate and illegal, the hospital staff ended up calling the police. Fox 23 saying, and I quote, "When officers arrived, Miranda-Jara proudly said he was the father of the child that the 12-year-old girl was about to give birth to, and acted unsure as to why the police were getting involved. Officers believed that Miranda-Jara was fully expecting to go home with his child, girlfriend, and newborn baby," end quote. Now, thankfully, the police arrested this pedophile, and he'd quickly be charged with first-degree R-word of a minor, because that's what this is. But how did all of this come to fruition? Why was this grown man waltzing into an ER thinking that it was fine that his girlfriend was only 12 years old and that it was fine that she was pregnant with his child? Well, it turns out that there seems to be multiple members of this 12-year-old girl's family, as well as Juan's family, that had no issues with this relationship, which is disgusting for me to even say. She was in the 5th grade. Let that sink in. 5th grade. And this case pisses me off so badly that anyone could think that this is okay. In this day and age, that anyone could think that a 12-year-old could be in a relationship, let alone having a baby. This is literally a baby having a baby to a 20-year-old man. And it seems like no one in this child's life was protecting her. It is absolutely disgusting, and I feel terrible for her. And there seemed to be quite a bit of evidence that everyone thought this was fine, that this relationship between a 12-year-old and a 24-year-old was fine, because the two were actually marked as in a relationship on Facebook. They were publicly in a relationship on Facebook. On top of that, there was also photos from a baby shower that was held for the 12-year-old and this 24-year-old Juan, where the predator is photographed standing right next to the victim. And no one thought that this was wrong. Now, according to what police say, both Juan and the 12-year-old admitted that they had been in a relationship since the fall of 2022 and been having sex since October of 2022. But let's just say it how it is. He was raping her since the fall of 2022. This grown man was being allowed by her parents, by her mother, to SA her. And no one's seen an issue with it. And if he hadn't have taken her to the hospital to give birth, if she had a home birth and the hospital hadn't been involved with this and called the police, this situation would have still been going on because no one thought there was an issue. Now, police ended up investigating this case and investigating it, thankfully, thoroughly.
It is a very complicated issue. That's why we have experts on it. I know that it's going down that avenue. It's going down every avenue. But we can even talk about and release right now about how this is going. People are upset, furious. It's gross to them. It's disgusting. They want to know why, how something like this was able to happen, and start throwing blame. But we want to take this as any other kind of investigation. I know it's upsetting to some people for sure that we're not giving answers or we can't give answers, but there's circumstances around that and we understand that.
And the 12-year-old girl's mother has finally also been arrested for condoning this situation. And this piece of human garbage's name is Desiree Castaneda, and she was arrested and charged with enabling child SA and child neglect. Investigators have also said that Desiree was aware of the child's interactions with the 24-year-old man Juan Miranda-Jara and approved of their relationship. Tulsa PD has also said that there's photos of the family throwing a baby shower for the victim and the suspect. Now, when looking into the family history of this 12-year-old girl, it also turns out that her father is in prison for, take a guess, first-degree R-word. Now, this charge is obviously unrelated to this case, but he is in a 12-year prison sentence for first-degree R-word. So that kind of just shows the type of people that the mother lets around her child or that are just in this child's life. Her father's in prison for R-word. Her mother's allowing a literal pedophile to date her daughter. It's sick, and everybody thought this was normal. It's bananas. But again, I am so glad that Juan thought that this was so normal that he took the 12-year-old to the hospital and that, the police and authorities could get involved in this, because this poor child was being brainwashed into thinking that this was normal, and she was being continuously attacked, and no one was stopping it. No one was protecting her. And it's just crazy to me that this is still a situation that is happening in 2023, that there's still people out there that aren't protecting their children, that aren't protecting children in general, and that think this is okay. And I wanted to bring this story up because I'm sure this is still happening to so many other children out there. This is probably just one of many cases. At the end of the day, the 12-year-old girl gave birth to a healthy baby daughter, and she was released from the hospital. And I hope at the end of the day that she can get the help that she needs to raise herself, to grow up herself, because she's still a child, as well as raise her daughter. And I really do that they can have a great life away from all of the monsters that were surrounding them, because this little girl and her little daughter do not need to be around these people that were enabling this. So what do you all think about this case? Are you just as shocked as I am that in 2021 stuff like this is happening, and it's sick and it's disgusting, and it just makes me ill? But I want to have a conversation with you all below about this case because it was shocking to me and I couldn't not talk about it. If you have any other cases that you want me to talk about, let me know down below and I will look into them. With that, if you're not subscribed, I definitely recommend you hitting that subscribe button. It allows me to continue to create videos like this and talk about cases and spread the word on cases. And with that, I hope you all stay safe out there, lock your windows and doors, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.